Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on tonight's episode, we're going to be continuing where we left off, but we're going to be doing something that we were kind of talking about on the last episode, which is to go off and do some of the missions. But when I logged in today, I noticed that there was a little tiny, not an update, but just like an update on the update, if that makes sense to you guys. So they put some new text in here, basically, for the early access update 0.6.2, which we had previously gone over and checked out. Now, I'm not sure if they added more stuff to it, or if this is just, like I said, a more detailed kind of explanation for what they did. So it says, here we are with the Goliath, that is 0.6.2. We have added new grade 1 through 3 for all 3 corporations currently in the game, GSO, GeoCorp, and Venture. This should give you plenty to explore in the new campaign mode while we work on more upcoming features. It also gives you access to every block in the game so far via the trading station or payload terminal and through random encounters. So that's kind of cool. That actually does sound really familiar. So that might have just been a rehash of something that we read earlier, but they moved it up higher on the list because there is another YouTuber of the week right here, Intac, I guess is the way you might pronounce that. Lowercase e and the uppercase n. I'm not really sure if that matters, but yeah, go check them out, see what they have to offer, guys. They're doing a new YouTuber of the week, which is really nice, and you can kind of go back and see the other YouTubers that they have picked as well through the different, they started off with Sunday, obviously, because he's really, really good. Without any further ado, guys, we're going to get back into our Let's Play, and we're going to be going off and seeing if we can find some new pieces, because you guys have had actually left a lot of comments about that recently. Some of you guys have been like, where do I find these? I'm having difficulty actually procuring that 1 or 2 piece that I've been really trying to find, and the answer to that, not as easy as you may think it is. I mean, the ideal way, the one way that I would suggest more than any other would be to build it, to find the resources you need and actually make it. But that's not going to be the way you can do it because, to be honest, there's not a recipe in the game for all the pieces that are here. GSO has the most recipes in the game so far, but even some of those aren't completely done yet. At some point down the road, they probably will be. Let's see, GeoCorp license, defeat the big scoop, reach the next grade. Okay, so we're going to be doing that one. We're going to be going right towards where it wants us to. The other ways you can do it, obviously, you can find them off of enemy bots. If you're, roaming around out there in the wilderness and you're looking for bots to destroy, that's why you guys will always see me go after bots that have question marks over their head. That's something new that they added to kind of let you know that it has a piece there that maybe you don't have access to. Now, it's not 100% right. There's been a couple of times where it says there's something there when there really isn't. Maybe it's just a place of interest that it wants me to check out. And of course, let's go back into options. It is, yep, back to the way it was. Man, they need to fix that. All right, let's get in there and destroy these guys pretty easily. Now, another reason why we might not be finding the pieces that we're looking for is the fact that we're using big guns. These big guns are incredibly powerful, and you'll see that they shoot these guys way off into the distance. That could mean either the piece survived and we just don't see it on the map because it's so far away from us after it's been blown out, or we're so powerful compared to the little bots we're attacking that we're just not finding the pieces anymore because we're destroying them. So if you're running into that issue, my suggestion would be to lower the amount of weapons you have. Take off some of the heavier weapons and go with smaller ones. The Venture Hailfire rifles are definitely really good weapons to have. They target only the cab, and so a lot of the pieces that you may want will actually survive versus other pieces that you may not. Let's see, silo there. No, we don't really need that one. Let me drop it on the ground so it doesn't stay planted. And I don't think there's anything else that we need there either. So let's keep going in the direction of where it wants us to. That big yellow thing over there is where our base should be, or the piece that we're looking for, I should say. Now, there is another method that I'm not even sure is in the game anymore. And the reason I'm not sure is because we haven't seen it since we've been going through on this Let's Play. And those were little pedestals that were actually in the world, just randomly located, or at least seem randomly. I'm sure there might be some method to that madness, but no, it just seemed kind of random out in the world, and you would find them. There'd be a little gray pedestal, and it would be a gray little arrow on the map as well. And you'd go off, and you would, go to that pedestal and there'd be something floating on it, something hovering right above it, and it would be a new piece. And it may be a piece that you've already found before, it may be a piece that you've never even seen or even heard of before, but it's a piece that was in the game. So yeah, basically a pedestal for every piece in the game. Now, did I find every single one of those as I played through the game? To be honest, absolutely not. They were kind of hard to find. Best way is once you got, oh, there we go. Once you got into making your airplanes, that's when you would really kind of explore the map and find those a lot easier. So we got GeoCorp license upgrade grade 1. Congratulations. The GeoCorp has upgraded your license to grade 1. The following blocks can now be purchased at the GeoCorp trading station or constructed with the GeoCorp fabricator. I don't think the GeoCorp fabricator is in the game yet. I think right now you just use the regular GSO fabricators to make everything. But again, they don't have recipes for all of this stuff yet. Now, but you're going to get the cab for the GeoCorp, which is really nice. You used to have to find that on one of the pedestals because, again, when you destroy the enemy, you have to destroy his cab. So that is a piece that is never left. If he has 3 cabs, you have to destroy all 3 cabs. So again, that is kind of difficult to find. You get the 1 block, which is something we've already got access to, but definitely kind of nice. You get the wheels, and there's these are the smaller wheels, not the big or even the medium-sized wheels. These are the smaller ones. So that's nice to start out with for grade 1. It's kind of interesting to see how they're going to progress you through the different sections. You got a couple of different lights here. Now remember, this one on the right, I'm going through one at a time down the row. The one on the first row on the right, that one actually spins around in a 360-degree angle. So it has a unique look to it, and it gives off a certain color as well. Does it give off a lot of light? The answer would be no, not really. And we'll do an entire episode dedicated to light so you guys can see which ones you might want to use and how much lag they add to the game and things of that sort. Because, if you have enough of them, they definitely will. The one on the very bottom on the left-hand side is another light. It's a spotlight, and that thing is, man, it gives off so much freaking light. If you're looking for, that kind of ambiance around you, definitely go with this one. Then you have 2 melee weapons right here, and actually, I don't really use any one of these. You got the plasma cutter on the far right on the bottom, and the one in the middle, I believe, is a chainsaw of some sort. I'm not too big into melee bots just because it doesn't seem like they're worth it. They don't really give you your bang for your buck, unless, of course, I'm just using it wrong. But I would hate for anybody to, base their decision on whether they should use a bot or not, especially something that interests them, just because I don't. This is a game that you can make to your liking, to your own tailoring of how you want to play and how you want to play that day. It may change from day to day. You may decide today, I feel like blowing stuff up, and then another day, I feel like going really fast, and I feel like exploring, so I'm going to make a flying bot, And if you don't want to do the exploring with a flying bot, but you want to do it with an incredibly big base bot, I mean, you can do that. There's no rule saying that's not, okay. Like this, just because it's not as fast doesn't mean it's not as good. Because I've done that. I've gone off with big bases, and yeah, definitely just gone in one direction for a good hour and a half, seeing what's out there. And when I get out there, I don't have to worry about, oh, what did I not bring with me? Because I would love to do this or that, or I take everything with me, so I don't have to worry about really returning that hour and a half trip back the way I came. Although most of the time I end up doing it anyways, just because where you start, I mean, the world is supposed to be infinite, and I've never reached the end of it. I've heard some people say there is an end of it. Other people say that it's not. It keeps generating more, kind of like in Minecraft. I've seen it where you go far enough that you start running into some glitches. So that is definitely something that can happen. Now, I guess we just need to earn some more experience before it will give us the next bot. So what we can do is just kind of go off in a direction like we were talking about and see if we can find anything that we haven't already got our hands on. Now, if you're having trouble finding a very certain piece, as I was talking about the different methods to find that, one thing you might want to consider is the bot that you're using to find those pieces. If you are of a decent size, you're going to find bots out there of equal size. If you are a smaller bot, you're going to find bots out there of a smaller size as well. So if you just can't find GeoCorp, think about becoming a bigger bot. You're going to find bigger bots because of it, and therefore you're going to find more GeoCorp. Also, think about the area that you've been roaming in. If you're out here in the salt flats, you're going to find certain bots that tend to spawn out here more often than anywhere else. Now, just because you're in the salt flats does not mean you won't see a GeoCorp. That does happen occasionally out here. You're also getting invaders, and invaders definitely have all sorts of really cool stuff on them. Now, the only drawback to the invaders that I've seen is you do kind of need to be connected to Twitch if you want to see player-made invaders on a larger scale. What is this? Venture large. Oh, fuel tank. All right, so we got a fuel tank. I am actually going to pick these things up because we have batteries here, and these batteries are both expensive and really, really nice to have. If you're trying to think of like what item to use to get the most amount of bang for your buck, how much money you can make off of these things, one of the things that some of the viewers have left behind on their suggestions on how to make cash very, very quickly is to find the bots, be the right size, be in the right area, to find the bots that have both Uzis and Venture Fire Hail rifles in a large abundance. If you can find bots like that and then sell those items because you don't need them anymore, you can make a lot of money off of that. And I was looking at the prices for them, and they're right. They do sell for a decent amount of money. There you can see right there the little flashing lights, the ones that are spinning around. That is that one that I was telling you goes in a 360-degree angle when it's on there. It definitely looks like a construction type of bot, but you know, it doesn't give off a lot of light. It just kind of shows, you know, you got some style, you got some flair on your guy. Let's see, we're gonna destroy this guy fairly easy, and there's not a whole lot left. What is this? GSO or GeoCorp girder block. Okay, so this is the first girder block that we've gotten our hands on, and it's a smaller one too. So that's kind of nice. That's definitely something we'll pick up here. So let's drag it. Let's drop it over here. I'm gonna see if I can drag some more of these other ones over here. And I definitely need to put something on the back of this. You know, let's just go ahead and do it. Well, as soon as this gets down, we'll take out one of the receivers, one of the big GSO receivers, and put it right here on the back. I kind of hate to do that because it's going to add a little bit of lag as we go through it. It's going to look kind of messy back there, but... And then, of course, some of you guys would be like, you're only going to put one? You're not going to put two? So, yeah, we're just put one there for now. We might go ahead and put another one on the other side, but I need the weapons back here. Because the moment you get rid of most of those weapons is the moment the enemies decide, hey, you got a weak side, and that's the side I want to, you know, troll you on the most. And I don't want that to happen because we finally reached the point where it seems like they're leaving me alone. It doesn't seem like they're going after the back as much as they could. Oh, look at this right here on the bottom. I didn't even notice that I had my two boosters in the exact same spot. That completely happened by accident, guys. All right, so we got a big Venture... No, we got a big GeoCorp over there. Actually, it looks like a GeoCorp base. And a couple of them over here. So, Fall Over and GeoCorp Tartarus. All right, so some interesting names there. Fall Over doesn't sound like a good name. That sounds like something he knew was not very well designed when it came to weight. And built it anyways, so... Alright, so you are dead. I don't see anything special here, so we'll come back to this in a minute. Let's come over here and get this guy. There's a will stuck underneath me. Let's see. Go into build mode. Oh, see, it's trying to be sucked up into that receiver, and that's why it wouldn't just come out from... Oh, we missed that first barrage with the big guns. Let's back it up a little bit. We're taking a little bit of damage. Holy crap. Is he dead already? GeoCorp long block. Well, we've gotten a long block before, I thought. Maybe we hadn't. Usually it doesn't show up unless you just haven't seen that before. And you're just not going to go down, are you? Come on. Really? There we go. Okay, so anything else here? No, not really. Just this long block. It says I hadn't had access to the wills. All stuff I've seen before. It's good to have if you want to do a base bot. You'd be surprised, guys, that you'll have, you know, 60, 70 of these things down, and before you know it, you've already run out. You know, you don't ever really have enough. He's going to blow up right next to it, isn't he? What a little butt. Well, he's going after it and not me. And maybe I can pick up a few of the pieces before they're destroyed. Venture Globetrotter. Now, we've had access to that one for sure. That was just the little wheel, I thought. Yeah, this is kind of interesting. I don't like how it's giving me false positives. Very, very difficult to know what I should be going after as far as these question marks. You know, like I want to check them out, but then at the same time, now that I'm looking at them, I'm like, maybe I don't need to. You know, maybe I already have that piece, and I can go after something, you know, a little bit bigger or another target. A GSO multi-seeker AI module. Okay, so I hadn't had access to that one, and then unfortunately it got destroyed before I could pick it up. Most of my weapons are going after the base, and he's going towards the back of my bot. Yep, that's why I'm having to do the little spin around here. And I think he's almost dead. Yeah, little dude's going down. Oh man, not much left of him. All right, let's come over here and see what's left. Another one, and some base pieces. Well, we'll destroy you really quick. Oh, two of you. Venture L Gunner. Let's put this down. And what I'm going to do is drop this. All that stuff will come over there. I'll put it back on. And as it's, you know, putting its roots down, I'll come over here and let it, you know, pick up as much as the stuff it can. Now I am running over the stuff just to kind of line it up with that corner piece. They do have a pretty big size, but it's not huge. It's not going to be something where you can kind of just roam around and pick everything up willy-nilly. Unless, of course, you put it over here on, like, the ends. That's usually where the best place is to snag and put one of these is on the side. Let's see. We're going to put that back here in a second. I don't want it to pick up anything else. Why? There we go. I don't think it can snag it from the air. I think once it's in the air, it's pretty much, it's got its roots in there. So let's go back this way. Now, I am kind of going around in the circle, and the reason I'm not going in a straight line is because it's kind of leading me in that way. It shows up where the enemies are, and I just go where the enemies are. I'm kind of being very flexible in that nature. I don't need that piece. Come on, turn. You can do it. There we go. All right, you're gonna attack, really? Small fry? All right. Small fry is gonna get destroyed. I'm not even gonna stop to pick your stuff up. That's how much of an insult, dude. You don't deserve my time. I'm getting so picky on what I get. At the very beginning, I'm like, I don't care. I need it all. There we go. We got a plasma. We got several things in there, and we're actually repairing the pieces as we do it. So that's, you know, maybe not such a good idea, but we definitely want those anyways. They're worth quite a bit of money. This is probably the guy, Illuminati. This is probably the guy that they were talking about when you were talking about finding those pieces in large, abundant numbers. Venture Long Block. I thought we had gotten the Venture Long Block already. Maybe we hadn't. All right, let's put this down. Let's go ahead and drop all those pieces there. Try not to move those around too much because we actually want those to be right next to it. And if we can move, there we go. We'll put this back and we'll snag some of these while we wait. This is when you really kind of want like a dumpster thing on the front of it, you know, the bulldozer part, so you can actually push the stuff into range of this thing. But we're going to be doing it kind of backwards here. We're going to be dragging and dropping it all right there on top. And you can see if you were doing this on a larger scale with multiples of these things on the back, it'd be a lot faster and you get a lot more pieces in the end, and you wouldn't have to keep putting your roots down, which is just absolutely, you know, fairly annoying when you're trying to build up and continue on with a nice even pace and you don't want to have to stop. This is the right method, I think, in my opinion. Now, if they could ever make it, and it might be too OP if they did, but if they could ever make it where when you have this on your bot, you could actually plant it down and it would anchor itself in some way, that you could have conveyors built into it. The conveyors in the game used to be able to actually take the items, actual pieces like weapons and GSO blocks and GeoCorp, even on the regular conveyors, and take them from one location to another down the road, down the little line that you built with them. And so using something like that, you could definitely have it where it just led right into it and would automatically get eaten up, even if it was really slow. You know, like a lot slower than putting it down on the ground. And it took a little while. It's something you could do and have the system built into place, and you wouldn't have to keep anchoring that. I don't know if they're going to go that route. It seems to me like that would be kind of an interesting way to go about it. Like I said, they could... Ooh, what is that? Mission complete. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, we got one. This is the thing we can put on those little air vents, the heating vents, and actually have it, you know, create energy. Now, somebody was saying that they drop blocks based off of the mission that you're doing. I didn't think that was the case because all the mission pieces they keep giving me are junk, GeoCorp. But then again, that's all we've been working on is the GeoCorp. Now that we're working on, not the GeoCorp, the GSO. Now that we're actually working on the GeoCorp, we're getting GeoCorp pieces. That's cool. I like that. So we're going to be doing this for a while. We're going to get some of those pieces that you guys are trying to work on. Now, if you're missing one or two of them, that's very, very difficult to tell you like where to go get those, because you really can't just say, I want to go find a fuel tank and go off and find the fuel tank. It's just by accident. They give you what they're going to give you. As I said before, if you connect it to Twitch and you start getting some of the player-made stuff, ooh, yes, GeoCorp Scotty Drive, or what is that? HC, okay, so we're going to snag that We're going to put this down. I want all these pieces, and I don't really have the space to take them. Let's put that down for now. We'll drop this, and we're looking for an air vent. And what I think... That was kind of stupid. And that's going to flip all over the place, huh? Let's take this off. There we go. Give it a second to pull all that stuff in. There are really, really big items, but I think we should be fine. Let's see. I'm going to snag this, put this right back on here. I think you actually have to destroy a block for the air vent to come out. If we find the right one that looks like it, we'll definitely give that a shot. I'm going to take that with me until I find one. Been so curious as to how that works and how well it creates energy that you can't really test it out in the game as far as the R&D part. Because I just haven't, maybe there is, maybe I just didn't look hard enough, but I didn't see an air vent in there for me to actually look at if that was worth it or not. But this is going to let me do it in real world experience, and it's getting hurt a little bit, but that's alright, it's getting healed up, and holy crap, is there a lot of stuff over here. Jeez, that just, oh my god, guys, it's raining blocks out here in this flatland. It looks like there might be a piece out there. Oh my god, what in the world? Oh, geez. Destroy the hostile enemy techs. Reach the next grade. Oh, man. Guys, there is a huge guy out there. And you can see it. Not only does he has wheels, lots of them, actually, but he has all that armor plating on there. And I don't really have very much power, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to go out there and see if we can destroy this guy and what else we can find on him to... oh, man. Look at the big guns. He has tons and tons. Let's hope he is easily destroyed. If you can take out the middle section, I think the two sections on the side will actually snap in half. So we just have to make sure those big guns don't destroy us. Now, he doesn't have any repair bubbles or recharge. Well, not recharge, but the repair or the shields, I should say. There's none of those. I'm trying to aim at the wheels, actually, for the most part, if I can. Man, look how many cabs he has on that. At least 4, it looks like. Oh, there goes half of his bot right there. Yes, and the other half is not going too hot for him, yeah. Oh, yes. Holy crap. GeoCorp overload cab. So we missed out on the cab. We might have had a second or two to pick it up. Didn't quite make it. Okay, so let's put this down. Let's put this over here so we can pick up all of this. Holy crap, guys. This is payday. This is payday right here. Look how many big guns we got. Look how many batteries we got. And we got all this armor plating to mess around with or sell if we want to. I'm kind of curious as to see if this thing can even pick up all of this at once. Like, how much is it going to be able to get in its first initial little, burst? Like 1/4 maybe? Maybe 1/3 of it? It's doing pretty good. That's a lot more than I thought it was going to be able to get. All right, let's put that back on in there if we can. There we go. And we're going to drag this over here, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Get as much as possible with that one little push, right? Come on, there you go. All right, let's put this thing back down again. I need to find a place for it. Really, really need to find a place for it very quickly here. And while that's working, I'm actually going to come out here and pick up a few of these pieces, because why not? Like, why would we leave any of this stuff behind? More cash. Oh, there's another bot way, way out there in the distance. That's going to be interesting, because I think I need to charge up here. So what we may do is take a break in between this fight and the next one and see if we can, no, oh, I got a hold of it. Dang it. All right, well, we have it with us. We can always pull it out if we need to. I just kind of wanted to leave that out in the open for us, but I guess that's not going to work out too well. Let's drag that over there, and we'll drag this one over there for now as well. Remember, everything gets healed up. Everything gets recharged when you are putting it in there for some reason. I'm not sure why that is the case. It should come out like all damaged and everything if it went in that way, but it doesn't do that right now, which is still, kind of nice. That's definitely something that I'm not going to really argue with too much, but it is just kind of weird. Something I wanted to kind of mention for the people out there like, no, I need to charge it up before I put it in. No, you don't really need to. Oh, man, what is that question mark over there? Is there something over there? I don't see it, but we're going to go after this guy first. Come on, let me destroy him. I'm so glad most of these guys don't have shields. When they do, they are such a pain in the butt to destroy. It takes so long to get through any of their batteries, because their batteries are massive in size, and they always have a fully charged thing unless you sit there and watch them for a little bit. If you sit there and watch them, you'll see that the batteries do drain down if they don't charge them back up, and they almost never have means to do so. Really, the only way they could do it is if they had those generators on there that they could get from trees. And if they had that on there, most of the time they don't have a system in place for it to actually filter into it, you know, with the receiver and the conveyors and all that other stuff. And they don't go after trees, even if they do. So, yeah, I mean, unless they're chasing you down, you happen to be going through a forest, you probably don't need to be worried about them recharging. You just have to get through that initial charge point, and that's kind of rough. That's not one of the easiest things in the world to do. And I have so much crap. Oh, my God. How many enemies are they going to throw at me out here? I got 2 big guys just sitting off to the side, and that's just, you know, the tip of the iceberg. All right, let's put this stuff down. I need to let them steal all that stuff right there. Nope, that's not what I want to do. Get all that stuff from me, and we're going to go try attack another one. That guy has been out there for a while. He might be thinking himself invulnerable, and we got to go break that habit, even though my shields are literally about to fail. And they always fail, guys. Always fail when it's nighttime. Just be if it's going to happen, just be aware that is going to be a thing for every single one of us. You know, it's like the last place you look for your car keys. Well, it's the last place for a reason, because once you find them, you don't keep looking. But yeah, it's that one of that, you know, just, you never really get lucky. You know, it's not the first place that you look. Are we killing these guys? I think we are, but I think we're destroying pretty much everything else. I want some of that stuff. There we go. All right, so some batteries still here. How much damage do we take? Any? It did look like we lost a weapon, actually. So what could we put there? Uzis out here. I don't see any Venture Hailfire rifles, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. But one weapon out of, you know, this one bot right here, not a bad little trade-off, considering all the blocks we're getting. Still more than, ooh, go back. What is this? What was that? That is a, oh, yes, it's a fuel tank, right? Or is it a battery? Actually, it might be a battery. Let me put that underneath. I don't see it in there. Venture battery. Yeah, so it's a Venture battery that we found. I didn't even know we had access to that. Wow, okay, so we need to look a little bit more closely next time. There's a few pieces out here that we might be passing by, and that's another reason I let that thing just kind of pick everything up, just in case. You know, you never quite know what might be here and what might not be, especially if it's one of these big bots and they have a whole bunch of stuff hidden in the inside, and it goes flying every direction, which is hilarious. I love to see that. Renegade Tech, destroy the Renegade Tech. Pickup artist. Oh, you know, so there's going to be factions in here, and then I guess there's going to be the Renegades. Ooh, what is that? Mission complete. Okay, so like they said, every time you do a mission for that one, whether it's a named boss guy that they want you to kill, or just something as simple as go off and, you know, kill the guy that we want you to kill, you're going to get something out of that. That's neat. I like that. Now that I understand that's exactly what it's supposed to be doing and not some kind of like weird little bug. However, I would like to see something that kind of, you know, gave that impression on like that's what they're doing right off the bat. So something along the lines of when it falls maybe glowing or with a little shield on or something to kind of tell you that it's not part of all the chaotic mess of the, you know, object you just destroyed, because it is kind of hard to notice that if, you know, you destroyed something really big and has a long range because of all the explosions on it. Then something falls from the sky. You're like, did I get that from the bot? I guess it doesn't really matter at that point because you got it. But for me, I like to know if I got it from the bot. In case you find that one down the road, again, you could be like, oh, okay, that's where that thing dropped. I need more of them. I don't feel like buying them. I'll make sure that I go over there and attack that guy. So yeah, it would be kind of a little bit nicer if they just gave you that little heads up. Let's go drop all that down right there. And there's another guy right here to our side, so I guess we're going to attack him, and then we'll probably end the episode here. On the next episode, guys, we're going to be going back to our base. We're going to be finishing up all the stuff that we've been working on as far... Ooh, we're getting a hit a lot right there, so we probably lost a few pieces, maybe more. We're going to be finishing up all the stuff we've been working on over there as far as our base goes. Base is actually pretty close to being done, to be honest. There's just a few little tweaks tweaks I got to work on over there as well. And I want to start building a new bot. So we probably won't do that one until after the base is done. And then we go off trying to finish up some of the more, more complicated missions here, such as doing the GeoCorp, leveling up, and the Venture leveling up, because Venture, again, is something we haven't really messed around with as well. So I want to create a bot that does that. I'm thinking maybe the Venture bot of a decent size will be the guy that I have come out here and just pick stuff up. You know, do the refining, do the resource gathering, something along the lines of that, because that bot is fast and it's agile, but if you weigh it down enough, the pieces that would normally fly off as far as the resources go will kind of stay on a little bit more because it's heavy, you know, it's not going as fast as it could, but it's still going to go faster than most. Like you can see this one, this is top speed right here. Unless I put the boosters on, this guy's not going any faster than he already is. Large hover plate. Ooh, yes, please. Experimental large hover plate. So we got a new piece right here. We got 2 of them actually. Oh yeah, we got more than just 2. That is cool. Okay, we're definitely gonna be playing around with that at some point in the future. I suck with hover plates. Oh my god, more enemies out here. Jeez, they are definitely giving me all that I can handle and then some. And my shields, oh, we lost another weapon right there on the side. So now those batteries are a little bit more exposed. It's funny how they're shooting right underneath, but I bet you more than anything, 90% if not more of these blocks are damaged. So we need to definitely repair up as soon as we can. Again, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you all next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that, of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.